Hi, I'm Jin.
I'm Mike.
And what we're going to do is we're going to review and go over a little bit more detail into the Lop Sau, Bong Sau drill, right? This drill. It's one of my favorite drills, and it's a great sensitivity drill. But the way I teach my students and the way I do it, probably a little bit different than the way you're taught. And either one is right or wrong, but if you want to follow this method, then there is a certain way to do it, and there's a reason why you have to do it this way, okay? So the first thing is, okay. All right, so we have this drill like this. We're facing the center line, okay? I'm checking my watch. What time is it? I'm in Bong Sau. I Lop Sau, right? And when I Lop Sau, I smell my wrist and I drop and I go to punch. Okay, now Mike's going to do the same thing, right? Okay? This is how we do this drill, okay? All right, this is how we do it, all right? Like this. All right, so as soon as I touch his wrist, he has to Bong Sau. As soon as he touches my wrist, I Bong Sau. The punch drops, okay? Drop. Then he's gonna go, and Mike, you see Mike's hand? Drop, okay? Drop. Okay, this is how we do this drill. I know a lot of people, they are taught to do this drill like this, okay? I Lop Sau, and when I Lop Sau, I punch straight, okay? And Mike's gonna Bong Sau, okay? Then he's going to Lop Sau, and he's gonna punch straight. Yeah, then I Bong Sau, and then I go like this, see? Like this, and he Bong Sau, see? So the punch goes out like that, see? And then Bong Sau, yeah. So I know that's the way a lot of you guys train, and there's nothing wrong with that too. It's just you have to understand why are you doing it that way, okay? And I don't know why they do it that way, but I can only explain why we do it our way, okay? So for us, I know a lot of people, they're going, well, why do you do this movement, okay, on his Bong Sau arm? Why do you drop like this? Almost like I'm doing a hammer fist, okay? And this goes back to how we punch, right? So from here, when we punch, okay, the first part of the drill is you smell your wrist, right? I smell my wrist, and then I drop my fist, okay? Drop my fist, okay? As I'm dropping my fist to the center, I'm punching with my body through my elbow. So it smell the wrist, it drops and punch out. So the punch ends up going straight. So it's like if you look at two pieces of metal, right? As the front end drops, it aligns itself with the pushing movement until it becomes like lash and it becomes straight. Okay? So the punch looks like that. Okay? So it's not you're already here and then just punch straight out like this. Okay? When I do this, then what's going to happen is you're going to start to see my elbow pop up. Okay? If I just punch straight out, my elbow pops out, and usually my elbow pops out and my shoulder pops out. This is the reason why we do not do it that way, okay? So from here, I drop my fist, okay? Now you see the space between my elbow and my body, right? Doesn't change. But once I get into, once I feel the hand dropping, my body is already sending a signal to my elbow to go forward. As the hand's dropping, go forward, okay? Go forward. Right? And if nothing's in my way, then the punch goes out. Okay? So the body, in other words, is pushing the elbow. The hand is, I always tell you guys, there's no tension here, right? I always tell you is this has to be soft as a blade of grass. If it's soft as a blade of grass, then it just drops. It just drops, right? Drop and punch, okay? So, when we do this, now that you have that, right, you understand why we do this. I bring my fist up, I smell my wrist, okay? I smell my wrist, and what do? I drop the hand. I drop to get the punching action, okay? So as it's dropping, my body is also pushing my elbow forward. So it's this. But I can't keep going straight. Why? Because Mike puts up his Bong Sau arm. His Bong Sau arm, it's in my way. See, my body goes, oh, there's something in my way. So now I can't drop anymore. My hand can't drop anymore. And my body can't keep going forward. If I try to keep forcing, then that's when Mike's going to lock. He's going to pull me. Why? Because he feels me getting tense. I'm trying to force my way now. It's not any good. This is no good. Okay? So what do I want to do? Okay, I lop. That means grabbing him. Right? I lop Sau. I get it off his center line just a little bit, enough, so I can drop my elbow. As I'm dropping the elbow and smelling the wrist, right, my body is already is pushing my elbow out. So all this is happening at the same time. Okay? As I'm dropping, going forward, okay, I run into Mike's Bong Sau arm. Once I feel that, my body feels this, it says, I gotta stop. Okay? Now, this is when the forward intent takes over. Okay? I can't back out. If I back the energy out, right, he doesn't feel my pressure anymore and he's going to collapse. He's going to push into me. I don't want to do that. So once I'm here and my body goes forward and my hand is dropping, see, I feel Mike's arm, and then that tells me if I feel anything, I stop. Okay? I stop. I don't want to go anymore. Okay? Now from here, I'm listening to his arm. Okay? I stop. I'm listening to Mike's arm. Okay? That means the forward intent. That means the wet towel, right? I wrap around the space in between us, right? I fill it with the body and I relax, the wet towel theory, right? Okay? And then I relax. Okay? Now Mike, if you do this right, Mike your opponent, your partner, should feel like he's not, because my body's here. Right? My body's here and it's here, right? Okay? Mike doesn't feel safe to let his hand down. See? If he knows that if Mike moves this hand off, he knows that my body will go in. He can feel it. He can feel it. We're at the point of contact. So he doesn't even feel safe to let this hand go, right? Okay? So he doesn't feel safe. Okay? So from here, he's just going to replace this pressure with the Wu Sau hand, and then he's going to put his own body in and drop his punch. But again, I'm in his way. If Mike's Lop Sau's, okay, right, go back to here, right? Oh, I'm sorry, my fault. If Mike's Lop Sau's, okay, and he smells the wrist and drops his fist and he goes to punch, okay, and he doesn't feel anything. His body's going to tell him keep going. His body tells him nothing's in the way. Keep dropping and keep going, right? Keep going, and then that will also tell him to do what? There's a point when you break the 70-degree angle. See, his body wants to go forward. So there's a point when, his elbow says you need to go forward. Why? You need a step. You need a step. Okay. Why? Because he's trying to maintain the shoulder, the hip, and the heel alignment. Okay. If he breaks the angle and he keeps punching, but he doesn't step, then he has to rotate his shoulders. That's the only way he can reach. Okay? But again, we know that this is completely wrong because he's not behind his punch. His body's not behind the fist anymore. So for the body to maintain facing, the facing concept means what? He has to face me, both shoulders, and he has to, so that when he's punching this way, his fist is dropping and his body's extending the elbow. Yeah. So people always ask me, well, when do you step? I don't know. When your elbow says step. Okay? Because your elbow is telling you when to move in. Okay? When to step in. Because you don't want to break your structure. Okay? So you don't need to go, okay, I need to step when I punch. I need to step. No. It should just be a feeling. Just like if Mike puts out his arm, okay, and he extends and I start to pull his elbow. See, there comes a point when his body says, if I can't keep going, I can't push your body forward. I can't maintain and you can keep pulling. There comes a time when his shoulders are square and he says, if you want me to keep my structures, then you have to move your feet. You have to step in. Okay, so just a little side note. But just so you know to do that also. When you feel like I'm going to lose my structure, then and step. Just step, okay? So that you can maintain that structure. Okay, back to the lesson. Now, so we know now why we do this part. It's not just straight down. It's not I just go down and lay on Mike's arm. It's I get to center, I smell my wrist, I drop the elbow to center, okay? And when I do that, my fist drops. When my fist drops, right, my body is doing what? Driving the elbow at the same time. Fist drop, everything happens at the same time, right? From here, I drive, see? Boom, I drop and punch at the same time. But he gets in my way. That's how come this arm is still bent. He's in my way. Okay? I cannot try to force anything. If I try to force anything here, he's going to take advantage of it. Okay? If I take my body and retreat my energy back, he's also going to take advantage of that. So I just stay here and listen. I leave my structure here. Okay? And now I'm listening to him. Okay? Now Mike's going to Lop Sau, and he's going to do the same thing to me. See? Right? So make sure when you do this drill that you're not doing this. I drop my elbow, okay? But then I'm going to punch, and I want you to look at my elbow, okay? When I punch, watch. I'm going to extend my fist, but watch my elbow, okay? It punches, but see my elbow? It creates this big gap here, okay? And that's when Mike is going to take advantage of that lack of contact. Okay? He feels like a big hole right here. Okay? There's nothing to stop him from pressuring me now. Okay? But if I go like this, okay, and I drop, and I don't extend my hand out, because we know this is wrong. Okay? Wrong. When I say wrong, I'm talking about my method. I'm not talking it's wrong to do this. If you have a valid and really good reason, then that's fine. That's okay. And like I always say, if it works for you, then you should keep doing it. Okay? This is just, I always say I teach, it's very important that I teach you the concepts and the principles, but not contradict myself. And that's very important. That's the key phrase. Not contradict myself. So I can't tell you to do something soft as a blade of grass, but then completely contradict myself when I think it's advantageous for me. Then that's not a concept anymore. Okay, it's just do whatever you want to do. Okay, yeah, you pick and choose. The concept is it's there for a reason. Okay, and you can't like change things. I don't say okay, do your facing, but only do it when it's advantageous to you. But when you need to, shift your body and rotate. Okay? No, I don't tell you to do that. Okay? So it's very important that when you're learning this way, that I don't contradict myself. And if I do, then you guys need to let me know. Okay? And then I can go back and go, okay, maybe what's wrong with the way I'm trying to teach you guys, or what's wrong with the concept? Maybe the concept's screwed up. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not always going to be right. Okay? Okay, so from here, all right, now that we understand this, now we know this is wrong, okay? Don't punch with the fist. Why? Because now the hand is in charge. You see my body? It's not doing anything. My hand is in charge. I don't want to do this, okay? Yeah. Okay. I want the body in charge. So what does that mean? When I do the Lop Sau, and I drop the elbow, and my hand starts to drop, and my body starts to push the elbow, when I do this, okay, I want you to look at my elbow now when I punch. When I punch, my hand from here, you're going to see my body. You're going to see the elbow and the body push together. So see this? It becomes like whole surface. This whole surface. If Mike's arm is here, it's the whole inch. This whole thing, this whole unit goes forward. The body pushes the elbow pushes the arm, and the whole thing goes forward. See, you don't see my elbow popping up. It's still covered in the center. See? But once I run into something, I stop. If his arm's not here, then I continue. Okay? And if I have to maintain the structure, right, I punt. Okay? If I go forward, right, and I feel like I have to reach, or I really want to hurt my opponent bad, okay, then I would do what? I would stab. Okay, so I still have good solid structure and step into it, right? That's it, right? So, now you understand the difference. You have to use the body into this drill, into the elbow. At the same time I'm doing this, my fist wants to drop like a lead weight. Okay? But the problem is that the lead weight falls on his lead weight, which is his arm. Okay? Then my body says stop. Then he locks up. Now Mike's going to do the same thing. You see, in other words, he's attacking me not with his fist. He's attacking me with his body structure. Okay? This part is still soft as a blade of grass. Right? See? Yeah. See? Boom. Boom. Right? And you can see a little bit of the shovel method. Right? Passing the basketball. Right? Okay. That's it. Okay, so that's how that's the way I teach this drill. Okay, so now that you guys are probably pretty familiar with this. What I don't want you to do is get into a slapping thing. It looks like this, and I just slap and slap. See, like this. Right? There's so many mistakes. And then after a while, my shoulder goes, Jen, take a break. Right? It's because I'm letting the hand do everything. It's like holding weights in your hands and doing all this. Eventually, the weight in your hand is putting a lot of strain on the shoulder. But if I do this drill and I back it up so that the body is doing everything, okay? The body is doing everything, and I never break this angle, this elbow angle, then I can do it for a very long time. I always tell you guys, go only as fast as you can maintain perfect structure. So there's nothing wrong with going super slow like this, okay? And then try, then stop. Mike goes try, he drops his elbow and he pushes his body forward, and at the same time he's dropping the hand, the lead weight, then we stop. We check each other, our pressure, we check everything out, right? Okay, then I go, okay, right? And then he Bong Sau, right? Is he looking at is he checking his watch? Check his watch, okay? And then does he feel my body through my elbow, and does he feel my spring, my third stick? Does he feel it compressed like a spring? So does he feel my body weight? Okay. Okay. Go super duper slow. Okay. And until you can do it. Right. Now the last thing I want to talk about is the Indiana Jones. Okay. If you remember that movie, right? Okay. It's the scene where he has he's inside. Was it Temple of Doom?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah.
With the giant boulder.
Yeah. It was when he's in the cave and he wants the little idol. It's on a little pedestal, right? But it's like weight censored. So if you just take the idol out, it sets off the trap, right? And the big boulder comes rolling down. So he knows this. So what does he do? He takes a little leather pouch and he tries to guess the weight. He fills it up with dirt, right? Then he checks it, he weighs it, and he goes, okay, he guessed. Then he goes, shoot, he switches it, right? But it's wrong, and then the big boulder comes and he has to run out of there, right? Okay? But it's the switching of the weight. Switching, okay? When you're doing this drill, you are doing the same thing, and I want you to think of it that way, okay? From here, okay? Now, I told you that right here, Mike should be able to feel my weight and from my body structure in. He should feel my strong elbow, and he should feel this part, the intent, without pushing. This needs to be soft as a blade of grass, but the mind, the intent, wake up should be there. Wake up, right? Stretch, okay? He should feel my weight. I should feel his weight, okay? So now this is pressure, It's a trap. Okay? So now from here, this is my other hand. So I have to replace the pressure. Okay? And I have to do it so clean that when I replace this hand, okay, the pressure, because he feels it here, when I touch his hand, I can let the other hand go, so that he still thinks my hand, this hand, is still here. It's like an illusion. So then I can punch. See, he thinks this hand is still here. Okay, but it's already, yeah. He's like, where did it go, right? Okay. But if I go like this, and there's a delay, in other words, I go like this, and as I come forward, I let the other hand go, the pressure off too early. See, he feels the gap. He feels the gap. I triggered the trap. The big boulder is his body comes rolling in.
My forward intent feels it.
His forward intent, because it's soft as a blade of grass. What's behind that forward intent? What's behind that spring? It's his body, right? So a lot of times people think sensitivity is done with the hands, the arms. It's not. Your arms should be like two idiots. Okay? They should be Michael and Brian. Two idiots. Right? I named this one Michael, this one Brian. Right? They don't think. They should not have to think. Okay? So Michael here.
If we weren't filming a video right now.
He'd try to hit me. That's what he would do. He wouldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
You'd better.
Okay? So from here, okay, it's very important that I don't let this pressure off until I've replaced the weight. Right? And the weight cannot be more than what's in there. I can't go like this and then replace it with more weight. Then he's going to do what? He's going to pull my hand. He's going to pull that weight. Yeah. Okay, and then he's going to set the trap again. Okay? It also can't be not enough weight. Okay? I replace it, but I go like this. I say, he's going to come in again. He doesn't feel my body. So good Chi Sau, it's not felt by the arms. Your third stick. Your third stick, just shut them off. But the intent is there. The intent. What's the intent? The stretching. The extension of the muscle. It's the extension, not the contraction of the muscle. It's the extension of the muscle. Okay? And then your mind going through that extension. That's all that this does. It compresses, expands, compresses, expands. That's it. But what's doing the compressing and expanding is your body behind that. The body is what's forcing it to contract or expand. You got it? So when you're doing good Chi Sau, how do I find the crack in so that the water can go rushing in? This, right? How do I find the crack? It's not my hands find it. It's my body structure finds it. See? It's because it's always pushing this structure in. And then as soon as he lets go, the body wants to keep driving because it doesn't feel anything. Okay? Don't ever put the hand in charge. It's the body that's in charge. If you put the hand in charge, it becomes a lot of times a guessing game. It's just a guessing game now. I'm guessing where he's going to go and what he's going to do. Okay? And then you're going to have to learn all the different technique. Counter to counter to counter to counter. I don't like to train that way. Right? Okay, so when you're doing this drill, make sure you practice those things, those details, right? It's a lot, okay? But if you want to learn this method, okay, then you have to train that way, okay? Anything else? There's a lot, right?
That's a lot.
A lot of material, okay? So go home, practice. Also go and review all the other videos, the concepts in the video. Go back, keep watching those things. You're not going to get it. They say you have to repeat something like thousands of times. Keep going back to the videos. I guarantee you keep going back, you're going to find stuff. And every time, just like this concept here, okay? Remember the drop the fist and drop, make the body push the elbow. You have to take that concept, put it into your form. People go, how do I practice if I don't have a partner? Practice it in your form, right? Because the form, you're going to do it right. If you just do this, right, and then you just punch, see the space? I start my Silam Tao form and I go like this, right, and I punch. See my elbow? I go like this, this already tells you it's wrong. Why? Because my hand is doing all the action. Okay? But if you go like this, bring it, smell the wrist, drop the fist, and at the same time do what? Drive the body through your elbow. Now it's right. See? So boom, here. Drop the fist, body goes, push the elbow, push the elbow. Okay? Then you now, if you practice that way, now you're applying what this video has been teaching. Okay? It's the same thing, but you have to be aware of what you're doing. Okay? So that's how come the seal and tau form is so important. Your first form is so important. Okay? You're always trying to refine it, refine it, refine it. Okay? And that's why they call it the little idea form. You're always taking little ideas, going back, refining, taking another little idea, go back, refine it, until it becomes extremely rich. It's now that form is, the knowledge is deep. It's not wide, it's deep knowledge. Okay? Also, I put up on top of the home page on the website, you're going to, on my website, thechinaboxer.com. Don't go to chinaboxer.com, okay? That's some dude in China. He has all this Chinese writing. I think he is a Chinese boxer, but he does, I think, maybe like a Sun Shao or something, right? It's a completely different website.
He must be getting a lot of visitors
he's
now.
Probably getting a lot of hits and going, yes, finally! Right? It's thechinaboxer.com. That's how come I had to put the in front, right? Because he already had the website. So thechinaboxer.com, right? At the top of my website, you're going to see also a new tag. It's called it's the FAQ, frequently asked questions. Okay, so a lot of times new subscribers come in, right? So I get asked all the same questions a lot, all the time. So if you guys are the guys who've been with me for a long time, and you see these questions coming up, or you see them coming up in the forum, right? Direct them to the FAQ, the frequently asked questions page, okay? And also, if you think of something new, then put a comment in there, and then I'll put it up, But thank you for still hanging in there, still learning. I know a lot of people. I get flooded for when's the DVDs? When's the book? Right? And right now, I want to put something completely different out there. That means people get surprised. I do not own one DVD Wing Chun or one book on Wing Chun. I don't have it. Why? Because I just train. That's it, right? For me, just go to the Seafood Hawkins and just train. Train. So. People ask me about referrals and which book to get, what DVD. I don't know. But now that I'm going to come up with one, I need to go out there, and I've been researching all the stuff that's out there on Wing Chun. All the DVDs, all the books, right? I've been doing a lot of reading, going to, seeing who's who. A lot of times, too, a lot of people are like, do you know so-and-so instructor? Do you know this? What do you think of this instructor? I don't know. Outside of where I train, I really don't. The politics and the people, I know only maybe, some of the people. And I'm starting to get familiar with more people because of you guys, and also through YouTube. I search stuff on there. So I'm starting to get familiar with who's who. But before, man, I don't know, right? I don't know. And what else? So it's important for me to make sure when I come out with something, a DVD or a book, it's quality. It's high quality. Okay? And what I mean by quality is that I don't contradict myself. Okay? And even though it may sometimes sound like I'm saying this is my way or the highway, or this is the right way and everyone else is doing it the wrong way, that I don't ever mean to sound like that. Okay? This is just, if you want to follow the tutorial and learn my method, then you have to train this way. So that's what I mean by right or wrong. If you want to follow this my method, then you have to do it a certain way, right? And that's the right way for us, okay? So don't ever, misinterpret me or misquote me or anything like that. I mean, because I have a lot of respect for all the instructors out there. They're all have a lot to offer and a lot to share. So, and I'm learning that through researching the DVDs and the videos and the books. Okay, so so I'm collecting all this knowledge. I'm going back to the bookstore this weekend. I'm going to spend my whole weekend over there and just keep reading. Okay, because when I come out with something and I put it up on for sale on my website or out there in the internet universe, right? I want people to really be impressed by it and really go, you know what? He's offering something different than what's out there. This is unique to gin, right? And that's what I want.
The avatar.
Yeah, I don't want it to be, you know, just another how-to picture book. You know, I just don't want that. You know, so
3D glasses.
Yeah, 3D. Yeah, 3D video. That'd be awesome.
The center line comes out at you.
Yeah, that'd be cool, actually. So that's why this whole process is going to take a while. It's going to take a while, but just be rest assured that when it does come out, that it's going to be hopefully up to not only my standards, but also Steve Hawkins, my instructors, right, standards, and also to your standards. So, okay. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.